Good afternoon, no matter where you are in the world. Welcome into the NBA Infinite Showdown with RJ Barrett. It's stage 3. I told you we'd be back a week later. We are here. I'm Goj. This is Dirk. Dirk, I got to hear from you real quick, man. How you feeling? It's so good to be back.
I'm feeling a lot cooler. I got a little AC finally cranking behind me after this.
Sure.
This heat wave is taking no prisoners out here in the Midwest as well. But excited to get everything wrapped up here today. Excited to see what RJ Barrett's going to bring to the table. I'm going to be brutally honest with you. We've had some conversations. There's some NBA players who are some gamers. They are skilled,
right.
and no matter what you put them on, I got my bar set pretty high. I'm expecting some big things.
Okay, well, before we get to that, I got a couple quick notes for the people at home. You got to remember, you can download NBA Infinite right now for free. Check out the QR code. We're going to throw that up here on screen. You can see it down below, right underneath Dirk right now. Go scan that QR code. You can screenshot it. You can click that QR code. Go download NBA Infinite for free right now. Go get your hands on this amazing game. It's been a lot of fun commentating all the incredible action thus far, and you got to get involved. We had open qualifiers. You could have been here. Go get involved on that game right now. But go also follow NBA Infinite on all of their major socials, from Instagram, Facebook, X, YouTube, TikTok, and even more, like the official NBA Infinite Discord. All of those down below in the description. You can get your hands on those and see all the incredible content out there that NBA Infinite puts out. We also have one more thing for you, all right? We've got a sweepstakes going on, all provided by NBA Infinite. It just opened and it's closing at the end of the show. So you got to go get entered into that right now to win some cool stuff. That QR code is just on the screen right below me. Click that link down in the chat as well. Go get involved, go enter. It's only open for this show and this show only, so not a lot of time. Go enter right now. All right. You might be asking, hey, I missed last week. What's going on? Quick notes on our format here, folks. We've had an incredible multi-stage competition to get to this point. At the end of the day, we had 8 teams, 8 players from our qualifiers joining 4 creators to create 4 teams, and they all battled against each other last week to be the top 2 teams so they could compete today, stage 3, right now. The winner of that was Team Cooper Chin, our creator. Dominated, won it, going to be playing with RJ Barrett, and with a team that lost, the DRL team. Very, very strong team. They're going to have a chance to get some revenge playing against RJ Barrett and that Cooper Chin team. So that's what we're watching today. But the man of the hour, Dirk, you got to intro our man RJ Barrett. He's here with us to chat before we get involved.
Yeah, the man from Toronto, Canada, by way of Mississauga, Ontario, the newest member of the Toronto Raptors by trade from Knicks. Oh, man. RJ Barrett, welcome into the show. Super excited to have you, man. Appreciate you taking the time to get out here. First off, I'm going to ask you, how you been doing? How's the offseason treating you so far?
Offseason been great. You know, just chilling, working out, enjoying some time off. So, yeah, it's been cool.
I have to ask you this, because I feel like no matter what, like whether you're a professional athlete or maybe just like a kid growing up, we always anticipate, we're like, man, what would it be like being inside of a video game? What's it been like for you, loading up NBA Infinite and seeing yourself inside of it?
Nah, I mean, it's been pretty cool. Like, you know, I've got some practice games in, just being able to just, you know, see myself as a character. It's always cool. Like, it's always a surreal feeling.
Yeah, well, we'd love to have you here. We'd love to have you at the game as well. Excited to see you play as yourself here in a bit. But I want to talk a brief moment here about content creators and just content in general, YouTube content and everything in between, and how that content, what do you think about that content and content creators and how they can support the NBA and the growth of basketball overall?
Yeah, no, I think it's cool. I mean, it you know, there's a platform, and it kind of helps, you know, get just, whether it's our names out there or, you know, like this, obviously this game, NBA Infinite out there, like just, you know, everything all together kind of helps. You know, social media is a really big thing right now. So, you know, everybody's on their phones, everybody's watching, you know, on live streams and everything. So it's, you know, it's a really big market right now.
Talk to me, RJ. Obviously, with you being the NBA, what's like the highlight or key moment to you that you look back on, like, okay, this is my best moment so far? Still a lot of time left out here in your career, but what's the moment that you always look back on as being one of your favorites so far in the NBA?
I think a moment that probably means the most to me was after I got traded to the Raptors, just hearing my name, you know, announced in the starting lineups, and just like seeing everybody, you know, all the fans going crazy. Like that was cool. You know, I'm from Toronto, so just being able to go out there and have, you know, the fans cheering for me while playing for the Raptors is kind of like, it's like a dream come true. It's not something that I ever thought would be possible. Not especially not this early in my career. So yeah, man, that was a great feeling.
I love that answer. Be able to go back to the hometown and hear the crowd is so sick. I want to talk to you a little bit about home and kind of your history. How long have you been a gamer? I mean, let's switch over to the NBA Infinite side. Just in general, how long have you been gaming? Is that something a part of kind of your history growing up?
I mean, I've been playing video games since I was a little kid. I always play with my friends all the time. So yeah, gaming constantly.
I got to ask you this because obviously grew up in Canada, spent a lot of time out here in the United States as well. What's your favorite food? Are you venturing more to the States side, or you're like, man, like Canada's got it. We got the best.
I like both. I like a little bit of both. So I think that's what it is. There's good foods in kind of everywhere. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. Wherever I am, I kind of know exactly what to get.
I love that. Quick note here. Cheat meal. If it's like, hey, we're in workout season, but you got a cheat meal. What's your cheat meal, man? What are you going for?
Depends on where I am. I don't know. I'm a sucker for like a fried chicken sandwich. I don't know. Like that's just if I need to grab something quick, like I would go get one of those.
Dude, I am too. I love it. Well, we got to get you on the game, my friend. I appreciate you popping in and chatting with us here at the top of the show. It is so just a pleasure for us to have you here and competing. But we need to see you compete, all right? So you're going to go join your friend Cooper Chin here, one of our content creators. Hop onto that team, get some reps in, and we'll be commentating over all the action. I really appreciate you popping in.
Sounds good.
Alrighty, RJ's gonna go get onto the game. Dirk, it's good to hear from him, man. We've been talking about him throughout the whole multi-stages of this competition, and just really excited to have him a part of this event.
You know what's crazy? Like this was one of the first times in a minute. I know that you had Cal on here before, but now we're talking about RJ Barrett. We had a lot of conversation about stopping Giannis last time. This is a man who actually has to go up against him in the actual NBA while he's playing, trying to stop him as a collective. Now I have to see this out here in NBA Infinite to see what he's really going to be made of. He said that he has been a gamer ever since that he was a kid. That is a really, really good sign for me. I like this. I think it's about to go crazy. I don't know where you have your expectations at right now, but I think that he might be the player of the night, if you will.
Yeah, I think it's certainly possible. It's funny because when you start thinking about NBA players like playing as themselves in a video game, like I can't even imagine what that would be like, right? Like it's such a crazy moment and a historical moment to be able to see yourself in game. But speaking of game, we're hopping straight into it. They're ready to rock and roll. We're going to see a bit of a revenge tour potentially from Team DRL, or will it be RJ Barrett and Cooper Chin on top? I'm excited about it. Game's about to be started, and Dirk, I love that we get to cast this action because, like you said, we're going to see RJ playing as RJ against players that he plays in real life, but this time in game. And I think that basketball expertise is going to help him out a lot today.
Yeah, right, because you add in that dynamic of like the 3v3, which everybody who plays basketball at that level, that's just something that's used to like in the schoolyard when you're a kid. Like that was something you did like after practice. You're always so used to the 5v5 reps. I think that this is where you kind of like, you have the professional, but you got to lean on the side of the content creator, the guy that is nonstop making videos about this and try to ask some sort of advice to see where it goes. It sounds weird saying that, right? But yeah, you gotta think Cooper Chin, like go to his YouTube channel, all the content he's made. I can only imagine how many hours he's actually put into the game itself.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. Well, quick notes here. You see Cooper down below. You see DRL on the right-hand side as well. The opposition. We're in that NBA Infinite hat. I love it. And again, yeah, this is like a little bit of a revenge tour. Like a couple subs in and out. The way this is going to work is pretty simple. As we put up one, just barely missing it, but dishing it back out. Dirk, we basically got 40 minutes on the clock, and we're getting in as many games as we can in 40 minutes. The team that has the most win in 40 minutes will win this stage of the competition. All right, so that's the stakes at hand. We're gonna see a sizable amount of games here in front of us. We'll see if they go down to the wire, maybe a couple overtimes. Finally, we throw one down.
I just saw it. Look at this. RJ Barrett misses the one that looked like a gimme, but then you had Giannis there on the back, and that immediately got a smile from him after he ended up missing that one.
That's great. Yeah, you can see like our Cooper down there talking to RJ and basically probably giving a couple pointers, and then quickly it's gonna maybe be the reverse. RJ maybe turn into a little bit of a leader and start leading the team here if they start losing. But so far, pretty even game.
I'm just loving the reactions I'm seeing from so far. Sora just kind of hit like the Trae Young special that we see Sora hit basically the entire time, the last show that we had, and his face is like a little shocked look, like, oh, okay, like that went in?
Yeah. Yeah, we're getting some maneuvering going. Oh, a steal from Sora? Wow. All right. Look, we're touting Sora as a player. What he's able to do, wide open, fadeaway, not going to land. And Inley, a great player for that team as well. DRL, again, they had a great run, but just couldn't piece things together against Cooper in the finals in stage 2 last week. And so maybe they did. I mean, I'd do a bit of practicing. You're going up against RJ Barrett in this crew. Like, I'd be getting into reps over the last week.
Yeah, that's the part where, like, honestly, when you have a game like this, it might be the most competitive that we've seen, even compared to any of the other games. Because on one side, you're like, man, I'm playing with a professional. I have to, like, make this guy win. Like, there's no way you can lose. On the other end, you're like, I'm playing against a professional. I want to give them no chance of winning. I know I can't beat them in real life hoops. So, the only chance I have is beating them in a video game.
Yeah, I totally agree. Well, RJ gets close, but not quite able to get close enough to make that heavily contested. And I think this is what's super fun to watch is you called it out. His reactions are great. And it's like, I mean, I'm putting that in if I'm actually on the court. So why is my guy, RJ Barrett, in-game not putting it in? And it usually comes down, nice slam there from Giannis, but it usually comes down to where the defense is positioned. So he's going to piece this together and start getting some blocks and hopefully start hitting some baskets as well.
They gave him some opportunities to go out there and try to cook, and then immediately they're like, all right, just give it to Giannis. Like, he's like, let me show you what I can do.
That's right. Here we go. Nice drive. And one thing I can appreciate about RJ's playstyle here, that's got to go in. There it is. Nice. Is he's driving to the basket. He's driving to the basket every time, which is like the way he wants to play in game. And it's like, it's a really hard shot to hit in NBA Infinite. If you drive to the basket, you got people right in your face. Like, the defense there is going to be heavily contested every time. And so, you know, I think he's quickly picking up on it. He's got to create a little bit more separation and make sure these land.
Yeah, it's a lot of just driving to the basket, as you might expect, right? Like, when you're trying to get a true feel out of the game, maybe you could try to catch them off guard. We know that Cooper Chen, over their run, to be able to get into this point, he was the guy that was constantly going out there and grabbing the rebounds. So they do fall here in game 1, but luckily, there's no series. Just kind of rattle off the games as fast as possible.
Yeah, and that was, I think, the wake-up call. Also, I think maybe the lowest scoring game we saw even between stages. There's a lot of misses on both sides. Here it is. You can see it. Cooper with 6 rebounds. A huge win for that Cooper Chen squad. But at the end of the day, it was DRL on top. 9-6 was the final score, Dirt. A lot of defense, a lot of rebounds, and a lot of missed buckets.
Yeah, a lot of, a lot of misses. Again, it's the first game, right? One's dedicated to the craft of playing the actual basketball game. You play the video games on the side, you got to try to establish yourself and get into a nice rhythm. But that's just game number 1. There's still plenty of games that we have to go forward and play. We'll probably start to see the rhythm actually getting some of the dunks down, the layups down. I want to see the jump shooting come into a little bit more of a play. But to their defense, Team DRL right now is playing some lockup. They do not care about any, like, this guy just got to the studio. He just loaded up. He hasn't had that much of a warm-up. They're taking no prisoners in this. They are immediately just coming out swinging.
I wouldn't either. I'd be on that latter half of the explanation of where people's heads are at right now playing against an NBA player. I'd be on the latter half. I'd be like, no, I'm going to absolutely slam him in NBA Infinite if I can. And I got a feeling 1 to 2 more rounds, RJ is going to be right there in the mix. I think the big thing that, frankly, Cooper will probably be telling him is like how to use that skill ability, whether that's the step back, Euro step, whatever it ends up being for RJ's character. Like that's going to be the key, because there's a lot of times he was actually getting nice separation. You know, they set up a pick and then he wasn't stepping over to take the shot. And so there was still moderately contested or heavily contested. So something I'm looking out for in round 2 here.
Yeah, there was a lot of double screens that were set that weren't leading to a whole lot. So, again, I think the jump shooting is going to be the one thing I'm a key in on. Trying to get those type of openings. And you kind of brought it up with the skills that they have and trying to find the best way to do those. I've been playing a lot recently. I'm still like trying to get the rhythm. I saw the Euro step being performed. Like, man, I need to learn how to Euro step. I don't know how to Euro step. It's a detriment to all the teammates that I'm playing with.
Look, I know how to Euro step in real life. It's not pretty, but I know how. You know what I mean? So I gotta learn a game. Let's see if I can put one up. All right, Cooper Chen driving and absolutely slams it down to start things off. I like it.
By the way, RJ Barrett's using LeBron James.
No way. He just swapped. He goes, no, I'm not doing this.
He jumped over to 92 overall LeBron James. He's like, I know what. Let's just make life easier for myself. He's bringing out the GOAT.
That is so funny. Honestly, I think it's probably because of where they need RJ to play right now. They need a LeBron who's going to drive to the basket and slam down every time, because that's the role he wanted to play, and that's the way he was playing anyways. I think this is actually a great call.
Let's see if it makes it. Honestly, I sat there and I'm like, man, is there something wrong? Like, I'm seeing LeBron, but I see RJ Barrett's name under it. So I'm like, wow, RJ looks different.
Yeah, hey, look, at the end of the day, he's playing the game. If he wants to play with LeBron, I'm in. Let's go. Either way works.
He's starting to move. He's starting to disrespect DRL there in that corner as well, which is something that we actually saw on the road to getting to this point, that Cooper and all that we're doing is like, okay, he's got to show us that he can hit jump shots consistently before we change up our game plan.
That's got to go in. You kidding me? Oh, my gosh. Sora just throws one up from... Yeah, I mean, that was way out there. Fadeaway off to the side, bounces off the backboard. Are you kidding me? This is crazy. Nice answer back, though.
Oh, yeah. Also, remember, so RJ and Cooper Chen, they stay in the mix. They have a rotating guy going out there. So we have Swag Ranger with Klay Thompson.
That's right.
Remember when he lit up the floor? And I think for like the first time since I've seen Cooper Chen's content and seen his live streams, he's not on Anthony Davis. He's brought out the Giannis this time. He's always going with that AD.
Yeah, I like that. That's a good call out. And you're right, Swag and their fourth kind of be swapping out again because we put RJ into the mix. There it is. RJ's putting some points on the board. It's LeBron. You can see the hand signals out there. He goes, that one's going in all day. Come on.
They got a nice little 9-5 start. But this was another issue when they play Sora. The ankle breakers galore. Every single time, the little twisters going around the head off of those ankle breakers.
Yeah, that's brutal, too. They had so much separation on that play. And Swag Ranger, again, throws another one up, trying to answer Sora's. Doesn't get it this time, but still up. Cooper Chen is up right now, 9-7. A much more appropriate scoring game. 9-10 now as that one does land. This is what we expected to see. It just took him a game to kind of get into the mix here. 9-10 with a minute on the clock.
Well, that one's got to go right. Nope.
Oh.
So I like that we have the webcams because now we're seeing everybody's reactions. Let's see. Real Legend open again. Oh, that one time was the miss.
That reminds me of stage 2. DRL was throwing up a lot of shots wide open and not hitting them. So we'll see RJ Barrett drive in, dish out. See, this man knows basketball. Drives in, draws 2 defenders with him, and then dishes out. Trying to get some openings for his team.
And then you got Giannis as your safety net just in case you end up missing there as well. He's definitely in a lot better of a movement rhythm too, like with dribbling the ball, getting under the basket, actually getting the acceleration master to kick in. That's something I don't think that we saw really at all from that last game too.
All right, this is gonna be a clock game right here. Maybe a second on the clock if they hold it all the way. It's gonna be real close. Sora goes in, dishes it out. Oh, that lands. DRL gonna be on top for round 2. Unless you just throw it up here. No, not enough time. Close.
A couple big shots coming out from DRL there on that left side. I know that was one thing that we were kind of getting into him about. It's like, come on, you got to hit the open shots. If they're leaving you that wide open, playing the YMCA defense on you, something has to give at some point in time. And it finally did. He's got his shooting going down, still going out there with the Pascal Siakam, but the MVP there that game, 4 points, 5 rebounds there for En Lee on Joel Embiid, who you could argue that Joel Embiid card or player, when it's out there every single time, just domination offensively and defensively.
Yeah, and that's the big thing we already talked about a ton last week. And we take a quick look at the standings. It's all about the rebounds. It's all about your defense. That's going to win you these 3v3 games. But quick look, you know what's happening. If you just tuned in, maybe you just missed that round. 2 rounds so far, 2 wins for Team DRL, but plenty of more games to be played. Again, our format today, we're going 40 minutes straight of games, as many as we can get in. The team that wins the most in 40 minutes will be your champion. So I think things are starting to piece together here for RJ Barrett and co. And I have a feeling they're going to start getting some wins on the board here shortly.
With the swapping out of teammates and having to change, like now knowing, because I thought when RJ Barrett was going to come in, I thought he was just going to use his character the whole time. I didn't see like anticipate a switch. But like now, what do we have on the back burner? Like, or is there going to be LeBron going forward? Will he bring himself back out? Does he have a Giannis? Does he have any other players that he's going to end up bringing into the fold here in this series?
Here we go. Quick look at it. And,
we got Jason Tatum now.
Wow. Hey, just go around the gambit. Let's change it up. I like it. What the? Okay, Sora's just showing off at this point.
They are showing no remorse whatsoever.
Yeah. Okay, so change it up again, and I think maybe this is exactly what he wanted, was to change it up every single time, try to get a flow going for his style of play. It's all team chemistry. It's all team comp. Got to do what you got to do for the team. And Sora, again, just throws one up. This one not landing. Oh. Okay.
Come on,
Nice.
There we go. I like each time the layup has gone up so far, it's kind of hold my breath for a moment. I'm like, please.
Yeah, all right. Oh, yeah, he's getting involved on defense now. I like this. Giannis down low. Ooh.
That is
No
so
way.
deep.
That's like the third time I think we've seen those like bounce off the back of the rim and just have the perfect angle to land. But driving. Goes up for it this time. Too many in the way. Cooper, though, with a rebound instead of Inley. Inley's been rebound master. That's the reason he's getting those MVPs at the end of games when they win. So if Cooper can start... Oh, okay. Well, yeah, there's a reason he's MVP. Good grief.
Yeah, you got a little bit of momentum on your side now, too. You're getting a lot of stops. Shot clock ends up winding down there because of that block. I'm going to say this. I don't know if it's like too early to say this or if, the player pool's not large enough. I think Sora might be the best player that I've seen touch this game.
Yeah,
like,
look, it's true. I mean, he's like a top-ranked player, so to work their way through qualifiers to get here is a huge win, and unfortunate that they lost last stage. But getting some revenge. I think they were pretty frustrated about their loss last stage and are definitely not going to let off the gas.
It's like a different style too, because everybody uses, you got your Giannis out there, you got Embiid, you usually see the Jason Tatum in the mix. Sora's been the only one who has brought out a guard. Again, there's nobody else. Maybe Klay Thompson's the other one, Swag Ranger when he plays.
Dang.
But when we're looking at Trae Young and Klay Thompson, that's two completely different styles of how you have to use them.
There's an RJ Barrett 3-point shot. That one will land. Down by 5. Need a couple more of those. Oh, nice ball.
Trying to throw some lobs now. I like that.
Yeah, I did too. Sora's playing around, man. He's driving, Euro stepping, pump faking, passing it out, and then he's hitting those. Doing it all for the team. RJ not having it.
10 of the 13 points. And you can just kind of see the reaction from Cooper and RJ Barrett every single time a score comes through. It's like, okay, like what are we supposed to even do at that point? Oh, gotta knock this one down. Come on. There we go.
All right, he's locked in. I mean, that's 6 now, I think, or maybe actually 8. All 8 might be RJ. Now that I think about it, he had 1 layup and then 2 threes. I think he's got all their points right now.
He hasn't shot the ball a whole lot, like going from game number 1 all the way to this point. But I mean, when you have Jason Tatum out there, that's probably the person he's like, okay, I need a little bit more shooting going my way.
Yeah. He was not happy. RJ was not happy that one went in. Said, mine weren't doing that earlier when I got defense on me.
There we go. Oh, okay.
Oh, nice putback.
But like, to be fair, Giannis has been the guy. When Indian Giannis is out there, he has been the cleanup guy back-to-back times now on the miss. He's just going for putback straight away.
As long as he's there, has a chance to make a play. Down by 5. It's not over yet. You need a big miss here or a block. You need it pretty quickly, frankly. I think Sora, yet again, going to play time. He knows what he's doing.
Oh.
Just,
oh, no.
Just finessing.
Just saucing. Gotta get something up, though. Oh, they do? It's a miss? Okay.
Huge.
Maybe there's some
Huge.
logic. You have to get a 3. You need a 3.
Yeah. Yeah, RJ knew it. He had to just put it up. Dishes it out again. He's just going to take this maybe again. Take a shot. And yes!
Oh, my!
With some coverage. Lands it. Down by 2. You need a steal, essentially. And, well...
He
no
missed.
way.
Here we go.
You just got to put it up. Can he hit it again? Oh! So close. DRL take it again, but for a game that they were up by, I mean, I think at one point it was nearly 10 points. A battle back primarily on the back of RJ Barrett. That was a wild game. Look at that. RJ had 11 of their 13 points.
Oh, that's I mean, the jump shooting looked real nice, too. So now we've seen RJ Barrett as RJ Barrett. We've seen RJ Barrett as LeBron James. We've seen RJ Barrett as Jason Tatum. Will there be another NBA player jumping into the mix? But a lot better begin. Like I said, it's slowly building up each and every game so far. I mean, the 1-3 that he hit there towards the end to bring it to within 2.
Yeah, that's huge.
That one was crazy because that was the same shot that he just took there from the corner as well, which we really didn't see a lot of those scenarios. I think definitely a little bit more laid back, right? That was like, okay, we got RJ Barrett in the mix. Usually we were saying like keep away for the final however many seconds. That one sort of was like, I'm just going to go up with any type of layup. If they get a rebound, they kick it out. We'll take our chances of them being able to take a game. But no, now it's 3-0.
Yeah, 3-0, even though it was close. But I do think they started finding their rhythm. We might see Tatum back on the court again. Like, we might see RJ playing as Tatum again. RJ dropping 11 points as Tatum. He's got to feel comfortable with that style of player. I don't know. Maybe he's just running the gambit and swapping every single time, and I love it. But we'll see. Maybe as we swap around some team comp stuff, we're going to find some success here. But 3-0 currently, hopping right back into the game here shortly. Yeah, here we go. Dirk, you just let me know what you think, because I don't know what we need to do if we're RJ Barrett's team besides maybe hit a couple more shots. And I think it's just shut down Sora.
That is like, it's so easier said than done, right? Because like every time we've been seeing it, we saw when Swag Rangers has Klay Thompson, gets his ankles broken all the time, leaves Sora wide open for threes. RJ Barrett is doing his best to try to keep up with Sora and just like the isolation dribbling. That's the key right here. Like, who's going to be able to go up there, like, try to get up, put up bodies on him, maybe even try to go for double teams. I'm going to say this. It is time to watch the real legend shoot some jump shots some more. I am not convinced that he's his knockdown. It's time to send some double teams.
I like it. I'm all about it, and I totally agree. Here we go. RJ staying on Tatum, I believe, right? So I think found some consistency with that game. 11 points, feels comfortable playing as Tatum. So gonna make a move, but only 3 seconds. Gotta throw something up.
Yeah, you're seeing like the different combination of way things are gonna have to go. I think Cooper being on Giannis, I went to his stream when he was doing his like little warm-up and live stream talking to people. He was actually in a practice gym with Giannis, which can only tell me one thing. He was trying to practice how to do everything that everybody else is doing, like the acceleration master, the Euro step into the dunk. So he was putting some time in for this. So he kind of knew, was like, man, I got to bring out Giannis at some point.
Yeah, I totally agree. That's a great call. Here we go. Got to lock down Sword. Just can't leave him wide open. Cooper. Oh, that's brutal. I think maybe Cooper thought Swag was going to make a play on defense there, because Cooper's been rebound man for this squad, right? He's got to be. Luckily, an answer back. Nice. Swag puts one up.
It's so funny watching the real legend after every single Sora 3, just the biggest smile on his face. It's like, man, I haven't had to do much. It's just been Sora just getting the ball and putting up a lot of threes. There we go. He gets himself a bucket.
Yeah, that was close. Just unfortunate, slightly up to the side positioning for the defense. Oh, wide open though. Oh, that was from deep, but almost goes in. Tie ball game. Come on. Yeah, nope. Cooper let that one blow by, and DRL says, I'm going to punish you for it.
Yeah, that was the tough part there. I like the look on the 3, but even a little too deep for Jason Tatum. That's like your Curry, Trae Young range, I would say. Maybe Klay Thompson. Depends.
Yeah, Klay needs to hit that one. I mean, that was wide open. Unfortunate. Didn't land. Sora throws one up again. And maybe a little bit too confident, up by 2, but they get the rebound.
Well, that's the thing, too. Like, with Sora, from when we saw Sora play in the Stage 2 part of this tournament, even to now, you don't see a lot of just normal, like, catch-and-shoot jump shots with him. So you always got to anticipate a fade. So it's better to be higher up on him and force a lightly or moderately contested shot, and then maybe that one will miss. And then I like the chances of having Cooper down there for the rebounds.
Oh, close. Not quite. Back out to Sora. Is going to drive. Going to try to break some ankles, get some dizzy players. But this time, Inley looks comfortable down low. No, misses it. Cooper with the rebound yet again. Swag just throws it straight up. Sure, we'll take those.
Yeah, had everything going in his favor. A little takeover. The open shot there, too, and you have to shoot. I mean, it's a 1-point game now, too. But this is the moments that Ice Trey loves to live for right here. 1-on-1 ball, a 3 can put it away.
Exactly right. This is really not a must-win necessarily, but that scoreline gonna look real difficult. And as DRL takes it, we still have 28 seconds on the clock. We need to score. We need to score fast.
Okay, let's see what RJ Barrett's got. Try to go 1-on-1. Gets it out to Giannis. Now over to Klay. They know they need a 3.
Yeah. I was gonna say score fast and try to go for a steal or a block, or take your time and find the open shot. It's gotta be a 3 though.
They got the shot clock not on their favor, though. 3 seconds way downtown for Jason Tatum. RJ Barrett knocks down the big three.
All right, 6 seconds of hard defense. Anybody can do it. Certainly RJ and company can. Sora driving, throws a floater. No,
Oh!
Cooper
No.
peeled off. Cooper peeled off to make sure that there wasn't going to be a putback. And by doing that, opened up the wide open floater. Oh, that is brutal to see. After all of that, they still lose the round.
Oh my. That was like everything was working so perfect. And then as a collective, that floater went in and it was just face palms by Cooper and RJ Barrett. They fought so hard to finally make it the most competitive game that we see. To add a little insult to injury there as well, they had to like check up the ball still. And there was like 0.2 on the clock. So as soon as they just got the ball, everything ended there. One of the best game that we've seen so far. The toughest way to go out though.
Yeah, especially when RJ hits the shot and ties up the game. You just got to play your lockdown D. And I mean, Sora made the right move, played underneath the basket, threw the floater up, and Cooper just peeled off to try to grab rebound there to make sure and just left him wide open. Dirk, I'm going to call back. Look, I know you're an expert in the game. RJ is certainly as well, but like, we just got a double coverage, Sora. Like, it is what it is. Like, put 2 people on him, make DRL take shots, and maybe play down low and play for the rebounds. Cooper's got to be rebound guy playing under the basket, and you got to get RJ and Swag if he's out there, or their fourth. Double coverage every single time.
It's so tough. And like again, I need Pascal Siakam. I need you to hit some jump shots for me before I start to like the real legend's gonna look back at this stream like, damn man, why is Dirk just calling me out 24/7? It's not so much you. It's so much the fact that Pascal Siakam is not the most knockdown 3-point shooter known to mankind. And when we have seen him shoot, it's pretty inconsistent. Some of them drop. We see more drop today, I feel like, than any other day than when we seen DRL actually use him. So yeah, I need to see a little bit more on that. But we've seen people put out that strategy. It didn't work that well. Sora was still finding ways to be able to score. Or if you step into the mid-range, that's when you see a little bit more of those shots end up dropping in.
A quick look at the scores. If you're wondering if it's 4-0, you're right. It is 4-0 currently. 4 games played, 4 wins for Team DRL. Still plenty of time on our clock, though, okay? But we need to start making moves. If we're going to try to make this a close overall show match here, we really need to put some wins on the board probably right about now. Running out of daylight here. Would love to get a quick look at our clock if we could at some point here shortly to see how many minutes we have left. Again, we're playing 40 minutes straight, and there it is, 16 minutes. So basically we have maybe 4 games, maybe 3. So at this point it is back against the wall. I've been having so much fun. I thought it had only been about 15. No, it's been like 25. Dirk, it back against the wall. You got to win this one. You got to win it right now.
That clock flew by. I was not expecting that number there, but now the games have to be rapid fire. Like, first, I mean, it's a 3-minute timer anyway, so you got to go through the entire 3 minutes. So you're going to have to, like, we're going to be snappy. We're trying to get those lobbies back up each and every time. I did see we got a Jimmy Butler out there now, too. So I think we're seeing a little bit more changes coming in. Honestly, I think from both sides. Oh, yeah, Sora is no more Trae Young. It's like, okay, take it easy on him. Pull out Jimmy, which we saw Sora do in stage 2.
Yeah, and he did that actually in stage 2 when they were losing when he was playing Trae. And actually, I think they ended up winning one of those matches when he was Jimmy. But we'll see this time around. You're right. Maybe he's trying to take it easy. Maybe he's letting them back into it. Or maybe he just wants to change up to play style because maybe he's bored.
It could be. It might be that. You know, it might just be that.
Little flex, little BM. RJ open. Not quite. Not able to lock it down, but still up. And again, a great rebound from Cooper. Means they got the ball again. 8 seconds, and we take those.
Oh, wow. You said we take those? I was like, that's Giannis shooting that. I don't think there's anything given with those. They did a good job. They cut off the angle. He was trying to go for the Euro step. That's something that we talked about a lot.
Yeah.
With these guys was constantly doing that.
Yeah, it's a key note. We haven't seen it as much today with Giannis domination under the basket, but nice move. Unfortunate. Couldn't knock it down, but again, a great rebound. This one wide open. Yeah, we take it. Look at that reaction. RJ Barrett throws up the 3. He feels comfortable, feels good about that one, up by 7.
It's the best start. They were on a quick 7-0 run. Finally, they end up scoring on the other side for Team DRL. So the changes, no, maybe not working so far in DRL's favor, but anytime that RJ Barrett's getting some sort of an open, which, by the way, he was wide open there for a solid like 10 seconds. I don't know how that ball didn't find its way to him.
Well, you see, Giannis actually threw up the "my bad" in game. He knew that was not the right play, and then gets punished for it with Sora taking the shot and landing it.
Well, RJ Barrett's a guy who probably knows all about momentum in the game of actual basketball. He sees 7-0. Now it's 7-4. He's like, oh, no. This is a key possession right here. You need a bucket by anybody.
There it is. And it doesn't land. That might be the first Euro step we've seen a Giannis miss.
And RJ Barrett was open again.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Italy lands one from distance. 7-7, minute on the clock. This is a must-win scenario. We'll see what happens. Oh, come on.
It was a 7-0 run to start. Back right at him. Another 7-0. They finally get a stop right there, too.
Yep. Trading
Take your time,
blocks.
work some clock here.
Yeah, I like it. I like some clock work. Trading blocks, and then Sora just says, how about that's mine now? RJ stuttered for just a moment. Window of opportunity for Sora. Open shot. Not going to take it.
Good part is that if they let the shot clock wind down, it could be a game-winning scenario for Team RJ Barrett over here. Team Cooper Chen, but sorry, Cooper. I think we call it Team RJ Barrett potentially here for today.
Yeah, okay, so if you're in this scenario, shot clock same as the game clock. Are you taking the 3 to win, or are you taking the 2 to tie?
I mean, for me, I have to answer that. I would have went for the win just because, I want to try to win the game. All right, I don't want to extend it to OT, but they didn't get the rebound either.
Sora
Jimmy is cracked.
Sora gets the rebound on his own missed layup. Gets the MVP as Jimmy Butler. What in the world is Sora on? What a game. Both parties doing a fantastic job, but it was a heroic effort from Team DRL to come back in that one after a strong 7-0 start. Here's a quick look at the stats, and there's a reason Jimmy is at the top. 6 points, assists, rebounds, steals. I mean, 2 steals is a game changer. I mean, you're not even waiting for the bucket to go up. You're snatching the ball and moving on your merry way.
Oh man, that had a little bit of everything. That's one of the things that we saw too. Like when Sora did switch over to Jimmy Butler in stage 2, it was like the constant. As soon as somebody put that ball down on the floor, it was immediately stolen, just going right back the other way. So no matter what, Sora gets on Trae Young, does damage offensively, gets on Jimmy Butler, just does incredible damage on the defensive end there as well. So gotta clap it up, showing the versatility with different positions that are being brought out. Now you just extended your lead to 5-0. I don't have a lot of time left on that clock to be able to make a comeback, though. I want to see Cooper Chen and co. Just give me one. Give me one game. Get one on the board.
I think they get one. We're going to keep rolling and rocking. And look, it's a revenge tour for Team DRL. They struggled in stage 2. They had glimpses of greatness. Lost to Cooper Chen's team in the finals. Cooper Chen was your champion of stage 2. And then here with RJ Barrett, they're close every time. These games have been super, super close, especially basically post first round. They've been incredibly tight across the board, just haven't quite been able to land that last shot. And I think because of Sora's heroic, usually on the side of Team DRL at the very end of those games, they haven't quite knocked it down and grabbed their first win. But I can feel it. It's about to happen. Game's about to be right back into it, and I think they might get this one.
They've had I think it's been back-to-back games now where there could have been game-winning scenarios. There actually was the one where the Jason Tatum shot there from the corner almost went in. And there could have been one to where they decided their own fate, but there was a steal that came in. And from that point on, everything is just kind of easy breezy, moving all the way forward. But now, yeah, just give me one win on the board, and then we get to RJ Barrett about his performance. And what could he have maybe done better throughout? I'm just like, because obviously like they respect each other's games, right? It's just so funny to me, like the immediate switch, like, man, I like my character, but give me LeBron. Okay, nah, you know what? Now I'm gonna switch it up. Now give me this guy.
Yeah.
Now he's got Donovan Mitchell.
Gotta change it up, man. I think he's trying to take some shots. I mean, throws one up. That one should have landed. Unfortunately, does it. But, yeah, I think he's just changing up. He's trying to have some fun. Test out the game in a lot of different scenarios, a lot of different players, a lot of different play styles as DRL knocks one down.
So the Donovan Mitchell, he's cycling through some guys who can shoot the 3 ball at a high clip. I like that change. So now you got Donovan Mitchell, Klay Thompson, Anthony Davis back out there. And I think Team DRL running the exact same lineup before, which was Cat, Pascal Siakam, and then also Jimmy Butler.
Yeah, I think it's just he's figuring out his playstyle in-game and what he prefers, So I don't mind this switch. Let's see if it works for him.
If you got the players for it, go ahead and use your entire thing,
Might as well. Swings it around. Down by 3, and Swag Ranger is looking thirsty on the court, throwing up crazy shots, double coverage from deep, doesn't land. Sora isolated against RJ Barrett. Good defense, though, so far. Great defense. Both the double coverage comes in, and somehow, some way, Sora threads the needle, grabs the rebound, and puts it back.
That is wild.
Just the timing, and that's the thing about NBA Infinite is, like, you know the game front to back. You know how to play every level, every era of basketball. As RJ throws up a little celly on that one. But at the end of the day, it comes down to all about timing and when you can hit your skills, when you can hit your rebounds, steals. You can see Sora throw one down to Jimmy as well, and RJ answers right back and says, I can do that too.
I think that might have been RJ's first dunk of the night.
Yeah, I think so too.
It's only right that it came with Donovan Mitchell. I thought maybe we would have got one with LeBron James. I thought so, but... Oh, there we go. That's got to be good, right?
Close.
Klay Thompson gets that rebound?
Hey, it's all timing, my man. Goes up at the perfect time to come down with it. There's one from distance. RJ with a little celly as well. Excited about it.
You see, like, the relief when the shot goes up and they actually hit it from, like, the live reactions every single time.
Yeah, it's fun to watch. You can also just see RJ's, like, figuring out the game more and more. And I think the celebrations and attitude here are showcasing that.
See what the real legend could cook up. He's actually had the ball in his hands a lot more, I feel like, this game than we saw probably in any of the other ones. Anthony Tom's been having it a little bit as well there with Lee. Constantly trying to cook up off the dribble. Oh, there we go. Wants to go one-on-one with Cooper. Big man on big man. And, well, Anthony Davis wins that battle, and they force the turnover there by the shot clock.
Down by 4. Swag's open. Can just take this. Does. Nailed it. 1 point game, 37 seconds. Actually not a bad place to be. You just really need to make sure they don't hit a 3 here.
You know they want it. Despite not having a lot of the players out there to be able to knock down a 3. They want one here.
Yeah.
What?
Not nice. RJ. Great defense from RJ Barrett. Sora was going to shoot that 100%. They burn the rest of this clock out. Finally throw up just a prayer. Doesn't land. Okay, down by 1, and he just throws it immediately. Talk about thirsty. This time, finally satiated. Lands it from distance. Cooper's team on top. 11 seconds to go. A 3-point game. Or a 3-point shot could end it. 2 to tie. Inley. No way.
Oh, they got to go quick, though. They only got 4 seconds to work with. Chen inbounds it to Swag Ranger. Klay Thompson's going to pull up with a heavily contested shot. And that's going to do it again, man. Every single game has just been by 1 point. It is a 1-point margin. And you can see the frustration finally starting to settle in.
They felt like they had it. They felt like that was their game to win. You can see it. It was a great call. RJ just wiping his eyes, being like, you kidding me? After all this time, we put all of our strategy together. RJ on 7, Swag at 6. Yet again, Sora on top as MVP. Whew, that one was brutal. They had it in the bag, and it was just a tiny little lapse in defense. Opened up a big enough shooting window to knock down the final shot.
Oh, it's been so back and forth. Like, one person gets the 3, the other one gets the 3, and there you can see. Just to keep in mind, too, to everybody watching out there, Team Cooper Chen ended up beating Team DRL in our finals in Stage 2. I think there's a little bit of, like, I want some revenge going into this. 6-0! 6 wins in a row for Team DRL.
I think they've been practicing. I think they've been in the lab. They've been cooking up the strats. They've been working on it. They can't lose again on main stage, man. Not after we were touting DRL's team and how talented they were to lose last week. I can only guarantee that they have been waiting for this moment to prove that they were the best team. We just didn't know it.
Yeah, I made my prediction. You put me on the spot before, like, who are you taking? I was like, man, I got Cooper Chen. I think that they're the best. But then I saw the way Sora was playing, I was like, oh, man, I think my prediction just might go, like, down the drain. I don't even want to acknowledge it. And then I got around and like, cool. But now I'm like, okay, I'm happy I made the prediction last week and not this week. That's why I'm very, very happy about that.
You're lucky I didn't call for predictions again today. I mean, I was probably voting for RJ Barrett too. It's been close. Like, the scoreline doesn't really show it, and I think that's the key. Scoreline's showing 6-0, but in all reality, it's been a 1-point game. Comes down to the final second almost every single round. It just hasn't quite gone in their favor. Again, likely mostly on the back of Sora and some separation he's able to get with some of those skills, but still a very fun matchup to watch. We got a couple more for you, and I'm pumped about it. We'll see. They gotta get it. We're about to get into this game. They gotta get it this time. I feel like they've got their flow. It's time to get into the game and see what RJ Barrett can do.
Oh, just one. This might be, I know that we had the timer popped up before. It was flying by before. Probably flying by even more now. Could be the potential last game. If there's any chance to come out there and do the damn thing, it is right now. It's now or never for Team Cooper Jen and RJ Barrett.
Look at the clock on your screen. 3 minutes, 20 seconds left, and about a little under 3 minutes of game time. So, well, I was going to say, we'll let the admins rule it. I just got word from the admins. They beeped in and said, hey, this is the final game. We don't have enough time to load up another one, which means this is the final opportunity to grab a win. This one in my book is worth 6. Maybe 7. What's the good math for that? This game's worth 7, I think, wins. That would put it to 7-6 final. This is for all the marbles.
I like that. I like that up in the ante of making it 7. There is a new player out there for Sora. Oh my god, we got Anthony Edwards in the mix.
Sure, why not?
Oh no,
that's crazy. Throws a 360 spin move, fadeaway, goes in. Sure it does, Sora.
The most Anthony Edwards way to start. Little fall away jumper there in the mid range. RJ Barrett for 3.
Oh,
nope. Oh, another one. 2 for $1. Bang. There we go.
Great play, frankly. That's one of those that it's just gotta go in. So when you miss it, like, no, shoot that again. That's going in for sure.
Yeah, like, especially when the first one's open, yeah, you're gonna see a whole lot of that. If there's any type of space.
Grief.
RJ Barrett's kind of looking at his screen like, really?
Dude, jumped so far. Sora nailed that perfect. Oh my. Hey, that was just disrespectful, DRL. I mean, that was wild.
And we see, I noticed this too. I was like, man, I haven't seen Joel Embiid in any other actual 76ers jersey this whole time. DRL is actually playing Joel Embiid, so they flipped some things around now.
Nice, I like it. Change up the strategy for the last game again. Just in the caster booth, this is worth 7. I don't think it's actually worth 7 in the admin side of things, but gets one back. Cooper the block, I like it. Up by 3 currently. They got to throw one up. Sora not going to have a chance, but finds a great pass underneath the basket.
I think they're going to get the job done here. They're up by 1. Keep the steady pace of just trading buckets back and forth.
Just got to be high percentage shots. That one, high percentage. Off balance, though. Doesn't land. Cooper says, how about from the logo? No, he's going to drive in.
Well, DRL is like, come on, RJ. Get to the paint.
Yeah.
Go up with it.
Oh, Giannis. That one was like free throw line. That was close. Pretty open. I guess it's just a little off balance. You got to make sure when you throw the shots up that you're on balance. That's another way you'll miss. And unfortunately, now down by 1. But minute on the clock with the ball in hand. Got to nail this one.
The next open one, I got a feeling that RJ Barrett's going to hit. So I dunked the ball right there. Next jump shot it is going to be money for RJ. Has to be.
Little fist bump. They go up by 1. Gotta watch out for RJ and Cooper's reactions on this one if they can get a win. A long time coming. The clock gonna wind down in this game. Forgot there was stoppage of clock in game. That makes a lot more sense why we can't run another one. Running out of daylight. Last game of the day. An opportunity to get a win. They get the rebound. Look at the clock. Open! Look at the clock. RJ with the shot. Doesn't land. Another rebound. RJ drives it. It's wide open. No! Again, rebounded. 1 second remaining, and they finally put one down, and we have been here before. 3-point lead, 12 seconds. This all comes down to defense.
The Sora had the 3-point in him. Nope. Oh, gets his own rebound, though. Is somebody going to be open? Here we go. Shots up. Oh, it's money. 11-11. Paul George knocks down the jumper.
This kid's going to go to overtime, I think.
Yep.
They get the ball in time. The first overtime. 1 minute on the clock. Lock back in for the game.
Oh, this is okay. I was about to say.
No. I was just waiting.
Jump shooting hasn't been there for Sora with this Anthony Edwards. In the mid-range, it was nice. Got some dunks, but the actual jump shooting itself hasn't been anything too spectacular. Come on, he's open again.
Oh, wide
RJ
open.
Barrett, gotta knock this one down. You need to! Yes!
Throws up the 3. It lands, and he puts a 3 up in camera. Up by... Oh, a nice block! They've got ball again. This could seal it. Don't have to do anything hasty.
Oh, yeah.
DRL was just protecting the paint, and RJ just pulls up short and lands one. Up by 5 here. Sora's going to have to throw out some hopes and prayers.
Oh, they're fighting. They're trying to get a 3 somewhere, but everybody right now is just straight up man-to-man the entire time. This is going to be it. Team RJ Barrett's going to get a win. Oh, another
block for emphasis. RJ takes it back out, throws up the shot in the final seconds. And the game is over. Team RJ Barrett get the win. Here in the booth, folks. Here in the booth. That's a win in my book for the whole competition. But in the admin side of things, I don't think it's all that close. A great win in overtime. MVP might go this direction, but I think MVP in my heart, RJ Barrett, 10 points out of 16. Clutched up in the final moments to win the game for his team.
Such a tough one when you're Cooper too, because like Cooper just had a classic like closeout performance that he had at the end of stage 2, where he just had multiple rebounds, had multiple blocks. But congratulations to Team DRL, they are the champions here in the NBA Infinite Showdown with RJ Barrett. But like we said, in our hearts, we know who won. But the official winners, Team DRL, they got the revenge, and they did it in style. That's the only thing I can say. They came out there and left no shadow of a doubt that last week they're like, yeah, you know what? I think maybe it was a fluke. They shouldn't have beat us. 6-1 record here tonight.
Look, all I'll say is this. If we had 3 more hours, maybe even just 1 more hour, I think Team RJ Barrett might be piecing it all together. They just need a little bit more practice time together, and this might be a reverse score. But very well done to Team DRL. They enacted their revenge. They're excited about it. But we emphasize this event with a win from RJ Barrett at the very final second. What a fun showcase match here, Dirk. I had a blast on that one to watch the team chemistry rebuild back up and then finally come all together in the final round.
We kind of saw everybody here force into different styles of play, right? From Cooper Chen having to constantly rotate a teammate, maybe get him off of a player that he's not used to being on the other side too. Sora was going out there with the Trae Young doing some damage. Like, okay, well, now I'm going to flip it to the Jimmy Butler, which we actually saw in competition at stage 2. We never once saw the Anthony Edwards pick come out, but you know, Sora just got lost to the Anthony Edwards one. I'm going to say, don't bring out the Anthony Edwards one anymore.
Yeah.
You know, don't do that. Bring out
That's
the Trae
right.
Young and just go for your win.
That's right. Well, we've got RJ Barrett back with us in the booth. Bring him in. RJ, man, it's got to feel good to grab a win there in the final moments. How'd the games feel today?
Yeah, man, we had to get at least get one dub. You know, like it was good to play the game though. I mean, it was going crazy with Trae Young and Jimmy Butler. Like, he was moving so fast. I was trying to keep up.
That's what I was saying.
Games were close though.
Yeah.
Games were close. It was competitive.
You guys had a stretch, I think, like what, in the final 4 games? It was all by 1 point. The thing I want to bring up to you is that you came out with yourself where we had mentioned that you're like, you know, being in the game, how cool it was. Then you went to a Jason Tatum. Then you had the Donovan Mitchell. You had the LeBron James, Jason Tatum, and then you went to Donovan Mitchell. What was the strategy behind that?
Jason Tatum and Donovan Mitchell, they were working for me because, you know, on my team, we were kind of using like Anthony Davis and Giannis. So then I would just kind of be, you know, just a shooter out there. So that was kind of the strategy.
Yeah, I think that's a fair strategy. That's what we kind of figured here in the booth. We saw you taking your shots, and you had the most points, I think, on your entire team throughout the course of this event. And it really wasn't, frankly, that close. You were hitting those, especially after the first round. Talk to me a little bit, though. Now that you got your hands on NBA Infinite, what do you think from real-life basketball kind of translated into the game from your experience today?
Nah, I mean, it's fun. I mean, especially like, you know, the players that were being used were honestly, you know, being used to their strengths, what they do well, you know, in real life. So that was good. It was kind of realistic in that way. You know, obviously like Jason Tatum and Donovan Mitchell, Trae Young were, you know, Karl Anthony Towns were making shots. Anthony Edwards was taking off and dunking from anywhere. So it was realistic in that way.
For you, RJ, the game of basketball just always seems to be evolving, especially as of late. Since you came into the NBA, what's something about your game that you feel like has changed the most moving forward?
Kind of just, honestly, just everything. I think I've slowed down my game a lot more than when I was younger. So I just kind of learning all the little tricks, day by day, game by game, working on, my shooting, finishing, just my playmaking ability. Everything's just been getting better.
I love to hear it. RJ Barrett, my man, a lot of fun watching you play as yourself, play as other people, and have a good time doing it. Your reactions were fantastic. We really appreciate you being here with us in the booth. We're going to let you go do your thing, but hopefully you enjoyed the game, and I really appreciate you popping on.
Man, thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Of course. RJ Barrett, you heard it from him, had a blast, and man, they were close, Dirk. I mean, every game, 1 to 2 point games, and then finally clutch it up. And I think he was right. Strategy ended up paying off. Very, very fun moment there here in the booth to talk to RJ Barrett one more time. But folks, you might be asking, wait a minute, wasn't there something like a sweepstakes or something I was able to enter? Yeah, you were. We've already drawn the winners. I told you, you only had the show and we're nearing the close. Here are our winners of our sweepstakes. We've got all of our names on the screen right now, first, second, third, and fourth place. See all of these names. If you see your name, congratulations. Pinky, Chicken Wing, Coach G, Dish, Chip, Maria, everybody in between. If you see your name, you have won. All right. So all that info will be on the sweepstakes info that you signed up on. You're going to get reached out to, likely via email or otherwise. Stay tuned to all of your ways of communication so that you can get your rewards. Congratulations to all of you for entering, and thank you for being here. Dirk, what a day in the office today. Such a fun day of NBA Infinite. And folks at home, before I let Dirk talk about some things that we have to close the show out with, I got to tell you, you got to get your hands on the game. Go download NBA Infinite for free right now. You can click that QR code that's on screen right below Dirk. Go click that. Go download the game. Play as RJ Barrett and everybody in between. It's such a fun event here in the booth. This has been a blast, but you gotta follow NBA Infinite on all major socials. Go get your hands on those links. They're all down in the description below. All of those incredible social media links and that amazing NBA Infinite Discord. Go get involved because there's events like this. There's great social content, more things that you need to know about NBA Infinite. Go learn on their social medias. Now, Dirk, let me know, how'd you enjoy it, my man? It was great having you in the booth for stage 2 and stage 3. It was a lot of fun.
I had a blast. I would, again, like one of my favorite things for being around as long as I have and seeing NBA players like get out there and play the game. One, you forget how young these guys are and that like they've played video games their whole life. So it's cool. Like my favorite part was just the reactions that we ended up seeing from him, right? Like obviously as you're playing your own character, maybe you're missing some shots. They're probably thinking, man, in real life, I'm able to knock this one down. I'll never miss this type of layup. But then, like, seeing the excitement that comes just kind of like everybody else, right? When we're playing a game and we hit a 3, like, we react the exact same way that professionals do who actually go out there and do the thing, too. So, shout out to all the content creators, everybody that qualified through to go play with our content creators, and, of course, everybody going out there playing with RJ Barrett. It was a blast to see, different styles really come to the ultimate culmination to cap this off.
Yeah, I think it's a great breakdown, Dirk. Folks at home, go hone your skills. Maybe we'll see you in an event in the future, but that's all we've got for this event. It's been an incredible multi-stage process. This has been the NBA Infinite Showdown with RJ Barrett. We had a blast, but folks, that's all we got here in the booth. We couldn't do this without you, the viewers, so thanks for being here, and I hope you have a fantastic week.